Peace, HHDG. We are on another episode of HHDG Media, the podcast. Big shout out to our whole crew making it possible all the time. Rock Vader KB, T Smith, Skelly Top, the Mayor, and myself, Wiki. Shout out to all those out there tuning in right now through YouTube, and as well as our Facebook group, HHDG, Hip Hop Discussion Group. Check out new music that we post up on our website, as you can see down on the banner, right on the bottom, hhdgmedia.com, as well as our merch that we have up there. Tonight, coming from my home borough, Staten Island, New Shaolin, we got two dope artists definitely making a name for themselves in short time. Man, quality hip hop, dope hip hop, man. Production, getting some ill features, but deep down, Shaolin. You know, they speak about it in their music, and you listen to the production from Jamil Honesty, you know where he came from. Man, they got their new project out, Harbor Kidz. Fire. I hope y'all definitely checking that out, beginning to end. Between that collab project, you know, their solo work they got out, definitely worth continuously checking out. And lyricism, we definitely got to talk about that, because the influence is there. The influence is there, you know, just not just Wu-Tang, but hip hop in general. You know, the music that's been coming out from the East, that boom bap, you know, it's ingrained. It's still here. It's 2022. Don't let the radio fool you. It's still here. Man, between, like I said, between getting more guest features, what we're going to talk about, you know, having our own label, Black House Records, and just, you know, continuously working with artists from other states, other countries, producers from other countries. Hobgoblin is one of them who's continuously been working, getting his name out there. So, you know, definitely got to give a big shout out to the hometown right now, starting with Jamil Honesty. Peace. I can hear you. Nah, I'm not hearing you. Hold on a second. And we have Squeegie coming in right now.
Word.
Peace.
Peace. I had to go through hell and high water to get on this shit.
Yo, Jamil, now we still not hearing you.
Yeah, I don't hear him.
Yeah,
I see him talking, so I don't hear him talking.
Try and log back out and then come back in.
There you go.
While he's working on a little technical difficulties, Squeegie, what's up?
Hey, same shit, brother. How you? I'm
Doing good.
looking for my little stand. Yeah, I'm looking for my little stand for my phone, so it make it easy. I don't gotta hold this shit the whole time.
Got you.
Definitely color people time. All right, we should be Gucci now. We good now. We good.
There you go.
All right.
Cool, cool, cool.
Acting up.
Good now?
I should be.
All right.
All right. Get this shoe and the real. Trying to get my charger situation situated.
It's all good.
All right, but how you been, good brother? Long time no hear.
Yeah, yeah. I'm doing good. I'm maintaining.
What's up? This is the cash. Where you go?
Mm. All right, Jamil's back.
How I sound now?
Bruh,
Oh, you
you
good now?
sound awesome.
All right, boom, 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 boom. Let's do it.
There you
What's
go.
good,
Woo!
everybody?
Barbie Kids, what's up?
¿Qué pasó, mi amigo?
All the kids, all the kids.
Go get
You
that
know what
shit.
I mean? That's what we talking about, man. That's what we talking about today. What's good, man?
Go get that
Yes,
shit.
indeed.
ASAP.
Now, before we even start, shout out to you, brothers, because I was able to interview both you individually. So for those that are tuning in right now, when you get the chance, go back and check those Squeegie and Jamil Honesty interviews on
Yes,
HHDG
go back.
Media.
Yeah, make sure y'all do. Check out my man. Check out my man. Check out my man. He doing his thing. Word.
Word. Likewise.
Dope, dope. Now, let's talk about the name first. Harbor Kids. Give the people that background.
I mean, pretty much it's cut and dry. If you're from Staten Island and you familiar with
Right,
Manus Harbor, you know that's the area that we come from. Originally, the title was the name of one of the records I had on FNTG, Harbor Kids. And since it was
Yeah,
so much
look,
highly,
he got the joint. Look
there
at.
you go, there you go, there you go,
Word. You
shit.
know he's surgical with the vinyls, man. I'm surgical with
Yo,
this bitch.
yo, real shit. And yeah, and that record sparked off everything, you know. Shout out to Southern Vanguard. I
absolutely.
mean, because they played a major part in I would say putting this in fruition. Because we were already in like talking about working on shit, but we really,
Mhm.
you know, everybody on the move, they doing their thing, and like they really was like, nah, y'all really should do that shit, and we really put that shit in
Right.
fruition, you know.
So we just put it together. Yep. Word. It was easy, man. You know, because like I said, you know, before, like we knew each other's when we was little
Hmm.
kids. So it was like when we found out like we was into the same shit. Like you know, what I mean, we've been working together ever since, pretty much.
True
You know what I'm
indeed.
saying? He'll jump on my joint on my albums. I jump on his albums. You know what I'm saying?
You
And
could
then
keep that energy.
yeah. But I mean, it was almost when it came. You know, I want to say it was almost effortless, man. Like how everything kind of came together. Only
Hmm.
thing that that kind of got in our way was just timing and
Life.
like different
Like,
projects, life, and all that
mhm.
kind of stuff. But when we threw shit together, like when we was throwing the shit together, it came together.
Very
Something
much so.
sweet, man. You know what I mean? So
So, mm,
yeah, most definitely, the chemistry is there.
Shit.
dope, dope.
Uh,
Be popping rock steady out this motherfucker, you know. Timberland and Magoo, however you want to flip that
oh
shit, you know.
man, nah, man, I ain't doing that. I ain't doing that.
You know what I'm saying? We might be a little bit on the nicer tip rhyming, but you know.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Can we get Batman and Robin or something? Damn.
Yo, you know, I mean, we can do Batman, Robin, Beavis and Butthead, Ren and Stimpy, or whatever. However, which comparisons you want to do, dynamic duo shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, word.
Yeah, so,
Yeah, man.
so now after that, the Harbor Kids joint on FNTG,
Mm.
what was next?
I think. Well, we had already. Nah, you had sent me Mark the Canvas after that, and then we just started working. Say a couple months after that, after FNTG dropped, and
What
the
year did
interview
that
with
drop?
Southern Vanguard. Huh?
What year did that drop?
2020. 2020, right
2020.
before all this COVID shit started.
Yeah,
The month
Oh,
before all
okay.
the COVID shit
yeah,
hit.
yeah.
Like
Okay,
February.
because Modern Music dropped in 2020 as well. I believe I want to say in the summertime or something around there. But
The second one, right?
the second joint, yeah.
Yeah, by then, yeah.
yeah. So it was like, it started to come together. Like around that time, we was like, yo, we might as well just start,
Putting
working
it
on something
together.
after he did the interview. Yeah, after he did the interview with
We had
Southern
already
Vanguard. Yeah,
Bro, we already started with the what, two joints in
Hmm.
after
yep,
that interview, maybe like a couple weeks later.
yep, yep. I want to say what the first joint was Kung
Kung Flu.
Flu.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Ooh,
that's
okay.
one of my favorite joints on there too.
Hell yeah, man. That vibe.
Yeah, word.
Shout
That's
out
like
to
that
fucking
old New
DJ
York.
Hoffa
Yeah, shout out to them. Yeah, that the Union. That's
Jam
that
One,
old
word
New
the
York.
Union. Hell yeah.
That's the old New York shit right there. Right.
Yeah, shout out to Hopper, man. He got a that crazy album too, dope album that I think a lot of people didn't check out.
Right.
The vinyl that he dropped like a couple, like maybe like almost like a year ago, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's where that joint came on. It was on that too.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, it
Mhm.
was.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
And
because that
then
came out before the album the album came
yeah,
out. Yeah.
way
Yeah,
before the album. I think
Yep.
that drop we had just put out 9/11 around like the same time.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
yeah. That now 9/11. That I think that track right there. That was one when people was like, "You Harbor Kids." I think that
Mm.
was the one right there.
Yeah.
Right.
Word, man. Word.
Yeah,
Shout out
man. I mean,
who was that? That was JPR Beats, right?
yeah, JPR beats.
Shout out JPR, man.
Hmm.
Beats. That record
Yeah.
came together like yeah, on Clockwork Fly.
Hmm.
Yeah. That shit. That's what I'm saying. Like when we was on it, we was on it. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it really shows in the album. Like, it's like shit, I still listen to it to this day, man. It's straight through.
Shit, I
Straight
haven't
through.
stopped listening to it, not for nothing. I mean, I
Word.
got other shit in the playlist, but shit, when I drop something, I like to listen to my shit just to see, the overall. I look at it from both perspectives, like from the
Hmm.
artist
Right.
perspective and from the listener perspective.
Yeah.
I
Right.
definitely agree with that. That shit is still a rotation.
Word.
That's dope, man. Now, what about the track? What was it? Mark the Canvas on Modern Music too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Jamel sent me that shit.
Yeah.
What's that? I think November 2019, right?
Man, I don't even know when I sent it to you. All I know is
Yeah, I'm the elephant with the dates and shit like that. I can remember all that shit.
That's dope.
when
I
you
might
sent
not
that
remember
shit
the
back.
exact date, but I definitely remember it was in
Yeah.
November.
Hey,
Word.
look, hey, if you remember that, that's what's up. But all I remember is when I got that shit back, you hear what you hear. You know what I'm saying? It's like shout out to P Gens.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, niggas killed that shit. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So, word. Yeah,
Hell
Mark the
yeah, man.
Canvas is one of my favorite joints on on Modern Music too.
Word. Shout out Hobgoblin, man.
Yeah,
He
Yeah.
man.
be sometimes, yo, he be having them vibes that just automatically catch
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
you.
Yeah. Hobgoblin got that shit, man. Like,
Oh yeah.
you um, I'm like proud to say that, like, his debut was with me
Yep.
on Modern Music. The start of the Modern Music series, man. So
Word.
it's like everything that you hear now started with that album. Yup. Word, word. There you
Go
go.
get it. Wait,
There you
wait. I gotta
go.
go get it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, definitely shout out to him.
Yeah.
That's family, you know what I'm saying? So and of course I had to bring him on to this project, so he on here twice
Word.
on the Harbor Kids, man,
He came
Um
through. He came through
yeah, he came
swinging.
through. Yeah, he came
That
through
was like
swinging.
our first real set of records. Part of the first real set of records we was working on at the time
The
too.
batches, yeah, yep. And we got some, and we had some leftover that was heat that we didn't even put on a joint. So
Fact.
yeah, how be coming through, man. So with that being said, though, definitely, um, modern music, modern music 3 is coming for sure.
Woo. You heard the man.
Mm,
Yeah, modern music 3 is coming. It's
mm,
coming
mm.
for sure, for sure. Yeah, word. Yeah,
Shout
Word.
out Post the God checking in. He said, I need that tape.
yeah, yeah.
Yo, peace to Coach. What up, Coach?
What up? Yeah, I need it. I need it too. I need it too.
yo, yo. I mean, yo, Coach. I can hit you with the what is that? What's the shit where they do like the resale, the discography shit?
Or
I
this
hit you with the discog price. I got a CD. They ain't even signed.
Right.
49.99, Lord. I got you. I got you. Shit.
Mm. Now, before Harbor Kids came out, how was the process? Because you already had some joints out, like you mentioned. One was 9/11. Um,
Mhm.
the dope joint, Crazy, with Grasshopper killing that.
Yeah.
Um, so, about how many joints did you already have around that time that Crazy and 9/11 was already out?
Shit. By the time 9/11, we probably had about what, maybe about 5, 6 joints with 9/11
Yeah,
included. By the time
yeah,
we had Crazy, Crazy was pretty much like towards the end of the album. We was already pretty
yeah.
much done. We maybe
Yeah, we
had
was
about like
adding on.
maybe 3 songs left.
Yeah, we was adding. We was like at that point we was just adding on.
Hmm.
Um, but that was a crazy add on. That one and Subway series. That was those two
Facts.
was
Shout out
crazy.
those are the drum dealer, man.
Shout out
Yeah,
those and shout out
I
88 Blast.
mean,
Definitely.
yeah. 88
definitely shout
Bless,
out
man.
88.
Black House on. You know what I'm saying?
Me,
88 Bless. Yes, yes, most definitely, most definitely, man.
Dope,
oh
dope.
yeah,
How'd you
man.
link up with Doza? Because he's killing it.
Yo, that was one of them. I don't know how I found son, man. I think I was online and I bumped into one of his joints and I hit him like, yo, you dope. You know what I'm saying? So I jumped on a track of his and I was like, yo, I need you to jump on this Harbor Kids album. He like, yo, what's good? He sent the beat and the verse.
Facts. All at the
Mm,
same
You know
damn
what I'm
time.
saying? Right,
nice.
right. Killed the shit too. Killed it.
Facts,
Shout out
facts.
to him. Yeah. Word.
Mm, mm,
See, shit, I remember when I got that in the email, I was at work. I stopped
Right,
working to write that verse.
right, right, right,
Fuck this shit.
right.
See?
mm, mm. Man, let's talk about the intro though. I mean,
Uh,
y'all went all the way in Staten Island on this one.
yeah, I want to say shout out to good brother Nate Almighty. He does like Rikers Island jail stories on YouTube. Check him out.
Mhm.
Put him in your search. Check him out because he be telling some very interesting stories, especially if you're not somebody that's familiar with the jail world. It kind of is like intriguing when you hear certain shit. But I just happened to be running through shit, trying to find like the perfect way to set off the album. And one day shit just popped up in my YouTube feed. I was like, who the fuck is this nigga? And as I'm listening to him talking, I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, yo, all right, yo, that shit sounds kind of dope. Yo, we might be able to use that. What wound up happening was put it on there. I reached out to him, let him know, yo, we want to use it for the album, whatever. He's like, yo, I don't even care, man. Just make sure y'all plug my YouTube page. You know what I mean, and show a nigga love. And in the
Yep.
staple, everybody been like, yo, that intro, I don't know where I got that shit from. That shit is lit. So please check out Nate Almighty, man. He gives the ill stories with the Rikers Island shit and official tissues, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, yeah. Shout that brother out.
Definitely. Mm.
Real
And
for
then,
real.
I mean, from there, you went from talking about the borough to straight to Lockman Ave.
Yeah. The back and forth shit.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was like one of the second records we had. No, that's the third record we had. The second record we had was the ferry boat music shit. But the back and
Right,
forth shit, that
right,
that shit, me and Jamel, we wrote that for like what, maybe about like 2 days,
right.
just to make
Yeah,
sure we was in connection with everybody's
yeah,
line. Like, I
yeah,
was in sync with how he ended, he was in sync with how I ended.
yeah. Like I said, this shit was just easy, man. You know what I'm saying? Um, and it's pretty much always been like that with when we come together on a joint. So
Word, it's better when you collab with folks that you got good chemistry, y'all peoples,
You
y'all
know each
already
other.
ahead of the time type shit. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? It's like, yo, we just gonna copy paste and throw this shit together. You know what I'm saying?
right,
Dope, dope, dope. Before we even go further into the tracks on there, let's talk about the imagery for the cover art. For those that are not too familiar, most of us know what the projects look like in the city,
Staten Island, right?
but
Well, in the
everyone got,
city,
got, got their own little
little
sign to
vibe.
represent exactly where it's at, and y'all
Hell yeah.
did it perfectly right there.
Word. If I could have caught like a throwback flick, what the intention was to catch the throwback flick. 'Cause the throwback flick, if you a New Yorker and you from the projects or you ever been to the projects, the old school signs was the yellow and orange joint.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a struggle to try to find some of those now because it's like ancient artifact type shit. So we still wanted to do that representation. Mel was like, "Yo, get that picture of that Welcome to Manus Harbor right there." I was like, "Yo, fuck that. That's a dope idea. That's an album art right there." You know what I'm saying? And then everything else was the element, the building. I mean, the elevators, the fucking hallways, all that
Yep.
shit. The
Being
outside,
on the rooftop.
both
Yep.
sides of the street, all that. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Only project on Staten Island that got two sides. You know what I'm saying? All the other projects in Staten, well, other than Park Hill, but how Park Hill is set up, I think is one is through housing and the other one is privately owned. You know what I'm saying? As with Manus Harbor is fully NYCHA type shit.
Yeah.
So and it's developments of six floors and 3 floors. 3 floors got the 3 bedroom apartments and shit, and the 6 floors usually got the 1 and 2 bedroom
One and
apartments.
two. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And, it was just more so catching the essence of the vibe of where we was from.
right,
I mean,
right. Because when you a lot of times when you think about and much love to the Wu-Tang Clan, but a lot of times when you think about Staten Island and you think about, of course, you think about Wu, and then you also just think about where they
Stapleton and
came
Park
from.
Hill.
So actually, they're going, they represented where they came from, Park Hill and
Right.
Staples. But then we just representing, giving our perspective on things. You know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of from two areas, Manus Harbor and West Brighton. So you know, so that there's that. But we just here to give our, like I said, give our perspective on things, while still paying homage and to those that came before us.
Facts. Not even just like musically on some Wu-Tang shit, but as far
Right,
as just Staten Island in general. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
right, right.
Yep.
Uh,
Hmm.
shit.
Yeah, because when most people think it's that now, and if it's not Wu Tang, we got the Force MDs. You think of the UMCs.
Right. Or you could take it. I mean, the as far as with the younger generation, they're more familiar with like Mac Wiles and what's the dude's
Hmm.
name, Eamon
Yep.
and CJ shit like that. So either way, however shit is, it's all Staten Island. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's coming from the fucking smallest borough in New York and giving a perspective and a stories. You know what I'm saying? We wanted to make sure we added a part to that.
Right.
Yep. And then when we get into the next track, still keeping this that now ferry boat music with
Yeah.
Sick in the Head. Man, I've been listening to this dude for a minute, and shout out Cool Kim because he's one that put me on back in the days,
Word.
years back.
Blessings to the OG Cool Kid, man. Definitely. That's how I got put on the sick. Like back in them days of Cyphers and shit. He had the whole movement, the PEMG. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Yep.
So then fucking we was like, yo, who we gonna throw on? And Jamel fucking hit that shit on the nose on some real shit.
Mm.
Cause I wasn't even thinking about it at the time. He was like, nah, we gotta get sick involved. Do
Yeah.
that to him, and he came back with the quickness. I mean, his reaction
Fire,
time was on point. Hell yeah. I mean, definitely shout out Sick in the Head, man.
yeah,
On some
man.
real
We need a project, man. I'm telling you, Sick in the Head. If you listening, we need a project.
Yeah.
shit.
Word.
You'd be blessing,
Yeah.
you'd be blessing these guest features, but you need that
Oh yeah.
project.
Yeah. He's dope, man. Definitely.
Hell
You know.
yeah. I think the last thing he dropped was what? That Doctor Patient joint. That shit was
Yeah,
dope.
I think so.
Way
Yeah.
back when. Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I had a quick question. Speaking of Sick in the Head, you work with P Soloist, and P Soloist produced the first track on the second generation Wu, the Hereditary.
hmm
Did you link them up with P
Well,
Soloist?
no. Actually, it's actually the other way around. I would say, I want to say like 2018. He wound up popping up out here for a show that Intel had put together, or somebody
Ah,
had put it together, and like Intel was like heavily involved in the shit. And I linked up with him then, and him and Intel was already in their own mix because he was
mhm.
out here for a nice little minute. And then after that, he reached out to me like, "Yo, let's fuck around." I was like, "Nah, fuck it, I don't care." Me, and then you know how that story go. But
Yeah.
yeah, definitely shout out P Solo and shout out Intel because if it wasn't for Intel inviting him to the joint, I probably would have never even met son.
Mm.
Word.
So very
Dope,
word. That's an
dope.
interesting fun fact right there.
Yeah, that's a good one. Y'all missed out. Y'all missed out.
Word, word. I I mean, the extra little sidebar, I did a little engineering and tweaking on that shit. You know what
Mm.
I'm saying? Shout out second generation rule. That was a fun time putting that shit together.
Dope. Mm.
Well, I'm blunt doing it.
We briefly spoke about the next track, Kung Flu.
Mhm. Yo,
Tell
yeah.
us, tell us how that process came to be with Hoffa and Jam One.
I Hoffa sent me the joint. He was like, yo, I'm working on the project and I would love to get you involved. I was like, yo, you mind if I get, my man Jamil on it? He was like, yo, I don't give a fuck what you do. I throw him on there, make something hot. And at first I didn't know what fucking Jamel's reaction was gonna be. And then as soon as he got that shit, he was definitely on it. And then I came up with we didn't have the hook at first.
Mm.
I don't think. I think we just had the verses where I was fucking
Yeah. Yeah.
in the
That's right.
laboratory.
Right.
Or I was in the laboratory doing the do and fucking the hook came up. sitting there and do that shit on the record, and then all that shit just came together as is. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Real shit. And fucking from there, I already knew whatever we was gonna put together, that shit was gonna be golden solid, just because of how that vibe rocked with that record and how that shit came along so fast as far as the recording process and all that shit. Because it really didn't take that long. I think once I sent him the beat, he sent me vocals. I think I already had vocals to it, so it was just putting all that shit together and mixing it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Uh,
And just the two, you already mentioned it before. The two of you know each other, so everything just was easy to create. But
right.
for those not in the studio with y'all, I mean, this project is dope. I mean, just straight up is dope from beginning to end. And every time the project's mentioned, people always talk about how ill the two of y'all sound,
Mm,
and just the whole concept, the way it's put together, and you're giving some insight to our borough at the same time.
mm-hmm. I, I think that's what we was trying to really set out to do. You know?
Word. Yeah, man. I mean, like I said before, we just giving our perspective on things. You know what I'm saying? Wu already put the barrel on early on. You know what I'm saying? We just we just putting our
Kind of like a
perspective.
resurgence. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we just talking our shit. I won't even say a resurgence, man. We just talking our shit. You know.
Do what we do. Word.
Right. Right.
Styling on that shit. You know what I mean?
Right. You know what I'm saying? Tell him how it is out in the jungle.
Word, man. That 46 bus ride.
Mm.
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
Oh man,
Word.
the days of people riding on the back of the 46.
Yeah, I used to hear about that. The OG used to talk about what was it? They used to go by different numbers and routes and shit. And like old heads would do that shit, stand on the back of the bus, taking free
Mm.
rides and shit.
Mhm. Yep.
Yep. Now the next two tracks, back to back, y'all got the Umbrella members up on here. Substance 810 and Josiah the Gift.
Mm, mm,
Let's start with Transport.
Yeah. I mean, we hit sub up, and I let him hear the track. I had laid my verse down first. I laid the hook down, and he was fucking with it. He jumped on it. Shout out to him. He laced that shit. That's pretty
indeed.
much. That's pretty much it.
Mm.
Kind of like the same vibe with Josiah too.
Same thing.
Okay?
Yep.
He got the record, laid his shit down, then everything else just came in fruition right after that.
Mm. And Whiskey Man,
Mm.
producer Whiskey Man.
Shout out Whiskey Man, yo.
He's another one that he's gonna start making a lot more noise real quick.
Yeah, he got some dope production, man.
Yep.
Word. Shout out to Whiskey Man, man.
Word, man.
Dope, dope. And he did that the ill remix project to Hus Kingpin's Bolio joint.
Yeah, I heard about that. I was paying attention to some of them joints.
Mm-hmm.
He gave him a nice little vibe to the wave already. So definitely shout out Whiskey. He definitely making his move, making his round.
Dope, dope. Yep. Now Jamil, you produced Heal. When y'all started creating the Harbor Kids album, did you want to produce anything on it? Or you just wanted to
Sure.
rhyme?
Yeah, I did. I did. So I mean, and that's what I did. I contributed to Hill and the other joint, the OB strip
Obi
joint.
Strip. Hell
Mm.
yeah. I remember that shit.
Yeah. So
Or oh, fucking body. That,
And then still the next tracks is still, man, this track I can't play it just once. Every time I play it, I gotta put that joint on repeat. That's crazy.
mm,
I mean, everything just came together. The beats, the lyrics, and the scratches on this one.
hmm
word. Jamil's the genius behind that, man. Gotta give him that credit on that. He sent me the yeah, I gotta give him that credit. He said
yeah,
that shit. I put my shit on it, and then he was like, "Nah, we gonna get Grasshopper involved."
Mm,
Then once Grasshopper got in, he did his thing. Came out
right.
damn.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, Grasshopper's definitely keeping the DJ cuts, scratch hooks, the way it should be all the time in hip hop.
fire.
I
Word,
always
real
give I
shit.
always give him his props, man. He's doing his thing on it. And then the next
Mhm.
track we were speaking on earlier, Subway series with Doza, the drum dealer.
Mhm.
Just craziness, man. How it keeps coming. I mean,
Word.
there's no light track on this entire album. I mean, every track is bang. It just bangs, and it's like if you were listening to it straight through, even though Crazy is one of my favorite tracks, I'm still gonna play the whole thing. Just keep looping the whole thing.
From beginning to end. That's the
Yeah,
vibe,
no
man.
doubt, man. Yeah. Um, like I said, it's a straight through joint, man. I mean, I knew it was gonna be dope, but I didn't know it was gonna be, turn out the way it did. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm
man. The
extremely
response for
proud.
that shit is crazy.
I'm extremely proud of the project, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Fat Beats
Word.
for
Shout out to
doing the digital distribution on it. Shout out
Mhm.
to Bars Over BS, Coach to
doing
God
the physicals.
for
Shout out
doing
Coach.
physical.
Definitely.
Shout out to
Hell yeah.
Jesse Blair, for
Word.
the
For doing the
artwork.
artwork.
Everybody that was involved, man. Everybody that was
Word, man.
involved in the manufacturing and the production of this project, man. Definitely salute.
Word.
Um, you
Shout
know,
out Jerry Graham, man, for helping
yeah,
us
Jerry
with the
Graham. Oh yeah,
promotion
most
and all
definitely
that
Jerry
shit too.
Graham.
I
Oh,
mean,
word,
Yep.
helping us
Jerry.
with the promotion and
Yeah, Jerry
Uh,
Graham. Yeah,
patience.
another Staten Island native, man.
mm,
Definitely
Exactly.
on the promo and all of that kind of stuff. So yeah, yep.
We took
Black House
a nice word, Black House. Black House.
yeah. Then the next track, you got Rep with
Who?
this dude, man, right, man, Supreme
Who?
Sharif.
Oh yeah, so yeah, rap. Yeah,
Man, this dude
Yeah,
right, he coming for your jugular every time he's spitting.
that's a fact. Definitely shout him out, man. Shit. Shout out Black Knight, because he produced that.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Black Knight. Yeah.
yeah.
Shout
He
out to
went the
Black
fuck
Knight,
off
yo.
on that.
Black Knight.
Word.
Yeah, that's my man right there, man. He be on Twitter like he be on Twitter wilding out, but
Yo,
he got that heat.
yeah, be what it be. He got that heat though, you know what I'm
Got that
saying?
heat.
So
But he'll
hell
catch your
yeah.
ass
Shout
out
out
though.
Black Knight. Yeah, he
He
don't give a fuck. He don't give a
don't
fuck.
give a fuck.
I
Yeah.
respect him for that shit though.
Oh yeah. Always keep it a
Word.
thousand.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm still trying to get him up on the podcast.
Oh nah, he ain't gonna do that. He's
He
like
ain't
on
doing
some mystery
that.
man
Nah, he ain't
shit.
doing none of that. Nah.
He's
Nope.
on some mystery man shit. Yo, I don't want to be on the
That's why his
forefront. I
name
just
is
want to make
Black
the
Knight.
fire. Hell yeah.
Right.
He'll probably be on there with a black screen, right?
Shit, definitely. Like it's a regular phone call. Dead ass. Shit.
So, Next track, Movies. Just
Mm.
keep coming with that fire, man.
Yeah, I love movies, man. Shout out, you dig me. Movies is my. I can't even front. Movies is my shit.
Mm.
I fuck with movies, especially the way the sample comes in after his verse. You know what I mean? The juice shit.
Mm, mm, mm. Now for your dig, did he give you a few tracks? And this is one of them that you picked?
He just gave me one track. That's it.
Uh-uh.
Yeah, that's that one track I got from him. I was sitting on that record for a few years, or a year and a half, something like that, and
Mm.
laid that shit down. He laid it down.
Mm.
I made it what it was. Yep, made it what it is now.
Yeah, for real, for real, for real.
That's dope.
That that picture was painted very, very vividly.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite types of songs too. Give you all that imagery through the words.
Real shit.
Then the next track we got Obi Strip with
Word,
with Sean Lynx coming out of
word,
Charlotte.
word, word. Peace to links, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, shout out Jamil Honesty on the production. I mean,
yeah,
you know what I'm
that
saying?
came together. Yeah, that definitely came
Yeah,
together.
cause that guy came through on the fly.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, that shit hit, son. That shit hit. Real shit.
Yeah,
Yo, hell yeah, man.
Mm.
word.
Now Jamil, being that you got the joint with Sean Lynx, the Bolo joint.
Mm-hmm.
How long y'all known each other?
I mean, we ain't know each other for that long, man. It was like
Mm.
maybe a year. We got to work, and you hear it. Bolo Young is out everywhere.
Or go check that.
Classic album,
Yep.
in my opinion, masterpiece. In my opinion,
Or
um, I produced it entirely. Um, again, that was an easy thing. I sent him the beats. He would lay the verses, lay the tracks, lay the hooks, and all that kind of stuff. So yeah,
Yeah, that one's dope, man. Another fire album, beginning to end.
that,
no
that
doubt.
blackout shit. Word,
Black House
Mm-hmm.
Records, Black
Yeah,
House
there
word.
Records.
you go.
Word.
That black.
Mm. So the way you lacing these MCs with these beats, who else you got in the chamber that you could let us know that you might be working with?
Uh, yeah, I really can't. I mean, I got some big things in the
Mm-hmm.
works, but I can't really speak on right now. But I know me and Josiah talked about doing something. Stacks 410, like I said earlier, me and him are working on the album.
Yep.
Yeah, go peep
Um,
that joint with Rockness.
Mm-hmm.
He did his
Yeah.
and
kids too.
Great.
Squeegie supposed to be working on something. So
Word.
yeah.
His pride heaven coming soon. You hear that though?
Then you got the last track on here, September, produced by Rob De Niro,
Yeah.
Black Hand.
Word. Shout out Rob De Niro, man.
Shout out to Rob De Niro.
Word.
Now, was that a new track from Rob De Niro that you recently got from him?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, dope. Because I've been talking with him for quite a few years, and I know recently he's been a little quiet.
Right. Yeah. So he sent that to me, for the album. Word.
Dope.
Shit. Yeah. That perfect. I mean,
Sorry about that. All right, there it is. All right, now for this album, who designed everything? Like, who came up with the ideas, with the layout and the pictures and everything?
Um, well, I mean, it was a collaborative effort, but definitely the design, of what do you call it? The curation of it was definitely, I would say, Coach to God.
Indeed.
You know what I'm saying? How he picked out, um, you know, Squeegee went and took the shots, but he picked out what would fit, what's not gonna
Mhm.
fit, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, what worked, what didn't work.
Shout out to Coach. Yeah.
Or
Uh,
Jesse did the final layout, and Jesse bled. As far as textures and everything.
Squeegee, let's talk about New Shaolin because I see that's I see you putting that out there more than anybody else right now.
That shit, that's just my shit with my folks. I always keep my shit alive. Been rocking with that shit since the Kumite, so that's just me. My little imprint. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no label or nothing, you know what I mean? That's just my thing.
Dope, dope. Now, Jamil, you said you weren't gonna, talk about any artists that you might be working with, but I'm sure you can talk about Crazy Fingers.
right. Yeah. God's honest truth, man. We actually, we we got all the tracks. Everything's being mixed and mastered right now. So we'll have a date soon. Yep, definitely have a date soon. Um, just basically, man, it's gonna be something a little bit more intimate. Um, in terms of, like, me just talking, not just talking about how nice I am, but really talking about some real issues, things that's going on, and the mind and the life of, Jamel Honesty. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Things that I've experienced myself, things that I've seen people experience, all that. You know what I'm saying? So the album is called The God's Honest Truth, and we're gonna take it there. So different, content content wise is gonna be different. Subject matter is gonna be different. Sonically is gonna be different. You know what I'm saying? It's still gonna be me, but it's just, a different side. That's all.
Dope, dope.
Shout out to Crazy Fingers, man.
Yeah, man. And you got the CDs and the cassettes for Harbor Kids. Um, Bolo came out on Copenhagen Crates.
Mhm.
Is it possible that it might be coming out through them, or maybe Fat Beats because Fat Beats did the distribution for the digital and everything?
But we're still in, negotiation. I guess if that's what, the correct way of saying it.
Mhm.
But
Yeah, that makes the
we
right sense.
still, yeah, we're still working on that. So got different people that's interested. Um, the main prospect, would definitely be Fat Beats, because we already,
Indeed.
released the digital with them. But we'll
Right.
see.
Right.
But you're definitely, looking forward to getting some vinyl together for that.
Mm-hmm.
Word.
Beat this action. Yeah, y'all.
Give a big shout out to Indigo Phoenix checking in. Much respect.
Word. Peace
Peace,
to
Indigo.
Indigo.
What's good? Peace. Thank you.
Mm.
You was on Alduna joint side A. I know you worked with her in the past too on Skyline.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, man. That's fam right there. That's fam.
Mm-hmm.
We've been working with each other for a minute, so yeah. Shout out to her.
Real shit.
Let's see who else we got checking in. We got Proven checking in. Shout
Yeah,
out to
peace
Proven.
to the brother proven word. Peace,
Yeah,
peace.
respect, respect.
Dope, dope. Check that interview with Proven. You know, if you haven't,
Word. I mean, he just dropped some shit too.
big shout out
Important.
to Side Hip Hop checking in as well.
Peace,
Peace,
peace.
peace.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you, man. We just glad you enjoy it.
Now, for us fans, give us something that we might not know with this album.
I don't know what you mean. Like everything. You know what I'm saying? Nah,
Like
I
something
mean,
in the process, you know, of creating it.
oh, I mean, we wasn't in the same room together. I don't know. I mean,
I
everything is.
mean,
Yeah,
that could be
that
like
was it.
the drum roll. Like I
That's
don't
it.
know. You
That's it.
know?
That's it. I mean, everything else, like one of the things about this album, it's not it's no secret, code of how we did it and all that kind of stuff. It was just
Nah.
us sending emails. He laid his verse, I laid my verse, and it
Word,
just turned out the way it turned out. But yeah,
word,
it was no like hidden secret of how we did it, man. Like this shit is just it's in your face raw shit. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like
word,
just raw hip hop, man. Ain't nothing more, nothing less.
word. That's what we
To be
set
honest
out
with you,
to do.
yeah, nothing more, nothing less. Just raw hip hop, man. I
Real
mean,
shit.
if you want like a conceptual album, you definitely want to dig into our solo stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like,
mm-hmm.
Word.
Squeegie shit. You know what I'm saying? He got a whole movie on that joint. What was the joint that you had with the with um your pops in the front
That's
on the
the
joint?
FNTG from Niggas Who
Yeah, that was
God.
that's a whole movie. Like I got
Mm-hmm.
the Rufus Buck Project, man.
Fact.
Those are concept albums. This shit right here is just pure, raw, unadulterated, unapologetic hip hop. That's it.
Shit we like to
Beats,
do.
rhymes. That's it. We ain't
That's
talking
it.
about
The sun, moon, and
save the
stars.
babies. None of that. We
None
ain't
of that
saving the
shit. You know what I
babies.
mean?
We ain't out
And we
here feeding
wasn't trying
the
to
babies.
do none of like we
We
love the
ain't feeding
babies.
them.
Don't take nothing away,
Yeah, we
but
love the babies. I
nah, I
got
mean
enough
that wasn't
babies.
what we was trying to do. You know what I'm saying? We
Yeah,
was
but
doing
we
this
we just
like
out
for the
here.
niggas in our bracket.
That's it.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
it's just raw beats and rhymes. That's it, yo. That's
Word,
it.
real
That's all.
shit.
Sometimes it got to be like that, man.
Yeah.
Simple.
Sometimes
Sometimes simplicity is key.
that's it, man. Less is more. Yep,
Mm-hmm.
yep,
Mm-hmm. Dope, man.
yeah.
Now, for those not too familiar with Staten Island, what would be a favorite spot for them to go check out?
Shit. I mean, me personally, I'm always the weird parts of Staten Island shit. Like if you could check out the old Willowbrook grounds, if you could get in there where all the
Mm-hmm.
abandoned buildings is and shit. That's a nice spot to check out just to be on some wild out shit. I mean, Staten Island is just Staten Island. It's like everywhere else. Nothing too crazy.
Mm-hmm.
If you could
The
catch a
old,
show at the St. George Theater, you could go do that too. That would be nice.
that's true.
You
The
know,
old railroad tracks.
shit, somewhere, I
Yep.
think there's a lot of where you can catch some good B-roll shit if you're really aware where you at.
True, true. Mm. So, any videos coming up for the album?
Yeah, man, we planning on shooting something for Crazy, man, real
Yeah.
soon. So be on the lookout for that, man.
Word.
So those are our
Nice.
intentions, man. You know, niggas out there with the monkeypox, so we got to be careful.
Yeah, man. It's
Yep.
a new pandemic out here.
Yeah, so you know, word.
It is what it is. Shit.
Mm-hmm. Cool, cool. So, Stacks 410 is going to be next up for Black House Records. Anything else you want to let us know about with Black House Records?
Just a whole lot of raw shit, bro. Whole lot of raw shit.
Just
You
like
know what I
that.
mean? Squeegie got something coming. Um, yeah. So we just dumping on niggas. That's it, man. That's it. That's
Word.
all.
That's the goal.
All right.
You go.
That's it, man. That's it. That's all.
Dope, dope.
That's the goal. What the fuck?
That's it.
I know when I go downstairs, something group chat with
And
me.
then what about the next Harbor Kids
I know when
album?
I go downstairs, something.
And then what about
Yo, is it me or is it going back? I don't know. Oh, I think shit, Jamil
yeah,
kicked
that was
out.
me.
Shit. Yeah, yeah. Next Harvey Kids album coming. Me definitely on the spot, but yeah, with the communication on that.
Dope,
But yeah,
dope.
next Harvey Kid album is coming.
Here you
We
go.
just trying to get everything in perspective of perspective. That's it.
Hmm. Definitely. But in meantime, keep banging Harbor Kids.
Yes, man. Go get that, man. I think there might be some cassettes still available over at bars
Yes.
bars of BSOS. But I'm not too sure. You have to check in and plug in with them. If not, definitely stream it. Get in tune with it, and when the second round comes around, keep y'all informed because I know there was people that was looking for it that didn't really get a chance to get into it, so they ain't got
Hmm.
no choice but to stream it. But trust, everything's coming into fruition.
Yep. Tune in, tune in, tune in. Mm. So who else? You got any possible guest features that you might be on that you could speak on?
As far as
As far as you being a guest feature.
on anything
Yeah, yeah.
right now, I mean, I don't know. I I don't know because everything pretty much is out there on the forefront. I mean, I got something on the new Whiskey Man project. I
Mm.
just dropped something with A La Preem. Shout out him. I mean, uh, we just did some shit for his new joint, the Grim Day. Go peep that. Um, I ain't gonna say too much. I don't want to put too much out there. You know,
Yeah,
I'd rather the people speak and let everybody else know when we rocking. You know what I'm saying? But definitely, I want to say shout out Indigo Phoenix and fucking Ziz. And, yeah, I'm gonna just leave it at that. It's some records.
all good, all good. Did we lose Jamil for the whole night?
I don't know. That's a possibility. I mean, he's out in the world, so
All good, all good.
but yeah, shout out to that brother.
Definitely, definitely. I definitely appreciate y'all taking the time. Let people know more about Harbor Kids.
Hmm. Likewise, but thank you for letting us on your platform. Give
Absolutely,
people the
man.
info behind the scenes and
Yep.
you know.
I don't, like I said, I don't know if he's going for the night, but it's your time. Give your shout outs. Let people know where they can support Harbor Kids and as well as Squeegie's music and
Yeah.
Jamil.
All right. So boom. On behalf of my brother, we want to thank everybody for tuning in and supporting the project. Just keep supporting the project and supporting the real, of course. Jamil Honesty on all platforms. You know, Jamil Honesty HONESTY. Got Bandcamp, all that other fly shit. He's got mad projects out the ass. Um, like I said, the latest effort was the Bolo Young project with him and Sean Links. And then the Harbor Kid shit. You can check us out on Bandcamp. Search us out, Harbor Kids. Go check us out on Fat Beats as well, because that project is available through Fat Beats. Me, Squeegee Oblong, however you want to flip that shit. Um, I'm on everything. And check it out, get in tune with the music, and vibe out, support. We thank you for tuning in and being in tune with what we're doing. Good.
Dope, dope. And while you were letting people know about that, I also put the links up there for Harbor Kids, your band camp, Jamil's band camp, as well as Boss over BS. You could still There's still cassettes available for Harbor Kids, so
All right, bet. Yeah,
go
yeah,
pick it up
yeah.
while you can.
Thank you, good brother. Thank you. Yeah, go get in tune with all that. If you're not in tune, if you in tune, and there's just certain shit that you ain't find out yet, it's all out there. Indulge. We here to give that vibe.
Dope, dope. Appreciate your time, man. More Harbor Kids to come, more Squeegee joints to come, more Jamil Honesty music to come. Shout out Black House Records as well.
Word.
Thank you, Coach God.
Peace to the coach. I mean,
Dope, dope. On behalf of our HHDG media crew, I'm gonna say peace.
peace. One love.